Hello everyone and welcome back to another parent lesson. This lesson focuses on our combination sounds, or as we call them in class, no sound. And these are, in my opinion, 12 of the most frequent sounds students are going to see when they're reading and writing. And just, I think, 12 sounds that we want them to be able to know and recognize. And we kind of get there in steps. As you'll see, there's 3 different parts to each sound. I have a picture, I have a word down below with the sound, and up top I have all the different ways that they can make that sound. So this in combination with the letter sounds and the consonant vowel combination sounds from the last 2 videos are sort of the building blocks that students are going to use to sound out unknown words in reading and writing. So I'm going to go through each of them, but I'm going to show you an example here. So this is the sound A, like A12. So there's 3 parts to each of them, and these posters are all on the wall in the classroom. Students are familiar with them and should definitely recognize them. So the first one, and in the beginning, they rely heavily on this, is the picture that goes with it. And I tried to make sure that each of them have the sound in the beginning of the word. It wasn't always possible to find a picture that really represented it well and also started with that sound. But so first is the picture. So they should see that and see A12, and that should help them remember, oh, this is the sound A. So then they look up here, and this shows them all the different ways that they can make that sound. So there's 4 different ways they can make this sound. And when it comes to, like, at this point, we want students to be able to hear and recognize sounds and then write the sounds that they heard. So if they're writing a word that has the sound A in it, as long as they're using one of these 4 ways to make that sound, that's perfect. It might not be the exact spelling of the word, but like I said, the focus here is that students are hearing and recognizing and being able to record or write that sound. So as they get more experience, they might say, okay, well, I know that's the sound, but is this the correct way to spell it? And then you can start getting into that. But for now, we just want them, if they're writing a word that has the sound A in it, they refer back to this, and this shows them the different ways they can make that sound. Or if they're reading, they can have this beside them, and they're reading a word and they don't know it, they're trying to break down the sounds. And they see one of these in it, well, then they can refer back to this chart to help them recognize that sound. So they might need to look at the picture, or they might just recognize it in the book right away, the letters and the way it's made. And that is our goal. The goal is, and I have the student practice video that I posted, where students will practice in the beginning. They build up to it. So in the beginning, they're practicing just with the picture, and then so they have the picture there to help them, and then the picture is taken away, and they're working on just recognizing the sound, which is the ultimate goal. But it takes some time, it takes some practice. But this is definitely well worth it, in my opinion. And then down below, we have the word, the spelling of the word that goes with the picture. And the part in blue shows them where the sound is. So if they're not sure what the sound is, but they know the word is A12, then they'll say the word A12. And they'll look and see the blues at the start. So then they'll say, okay, A12 starts with A, so this sound is A. And then they'll have 4 different ways that they can make or that they recognize the sound A. One last thing you're going to notice for some of them, some of the letters, for example, AI, have more than one sound depending on the word or where it is in the word. So that's just one thing to keep in mind and pay attention to. So I'm going to get started. For each sound, for each poster, I'm not going to say the ways they're spelled. I'm just going to say the sound, and I'm going to say the word that it goes with. So first we have the sound A, like A12. F, like fat. O, like orange. E, like f. U, like ibu. On, like bonbon. With this one, we want to remind students that when they're making the sound, their mouth should be in the shape of an O, as opposed to the next sound. This one is on. So when students say this sound, their mouth, it almost looks like they're smiling. And it's like ange. V, like wit. Un, like insect. Wa, like oiseau. Yen, like chien. Sh, like chapeau. So, as I said, these are 12 sounds. There's many more, but these are just 12 that I picked that sort of like the sight words I want students to be able to see and recognize right away when they're reading, or be able to record and write when they need to without having to stop and spend too much time thinking. So the student practice video will give students the opportunity to work on these. There's different rounds. They'll work. They begin with the picture and then without the picture, and it's in a random order. So it's really making them have to stop and look at the letters, and really will give you a good idea of whether or not they have these sounds down. So if they're struggling with it without the pictures, to get them to go back in the video and just continue working on it with the pictures, and that'll help them get to where they need to be. And like the chart there that you saw, it'll either be in the pirate binder, or you can just let me know and I can send you a copy. Um, for those of you right now, this is week block number 2. It is included with the learning menu, but this is a great tool to have. Either take a screenshot and have it handy on an iPad or a phone, or if you have access to a printer, you can print it off. It doesn't have to be in color, but it's a great tool for students to have beside them when they're both reading and writing. Thanks for watching and have a great day.